All right, guys, so I'm going to roll the new coils or wind the new coils as I showed you guys the other day. These can be taken off of the coil housing for the beautiful solenoid motor. And I'm going to do it on my homemade coil winder. But what I want to do is I got this motor, this little DC motor that has a gearbox on it, and I want to hook it to this right here. This little motor, I show you here in a second, has a very slow, it's been geared down. So it goes nice and slow. But I'm going to need to do some kind of foot pedal. But because it goes so slow, I may not have to do that, at least not for these coils. But once I get it rigged up, I have to figure out how I'm going to hook it to this thing so that I can still use my chuck and see how it goes. All right. All right, change of plans. I'm going to go with the newer coil winder I have, simply because it allows me more space to space out the wire so that I can hold it with my hand down here and then just go back and forth like that. Because you know me, I'm not patient. And so I've rigged up a temporary coil holder, which I'm going to attach to my vise over here somehow. Well, not somehow, I'm just going to attach it to my vise. And then put a glove on and then just go for it. I'm going to do 24 gauge. I would like to do 26 gauge, but I think that's too small. I don't have enough 22 gauge, but I do have a lot of 26 gauge. Or actually, that's 28 gauge. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 24 gauge. If I can, on all three of them. If not, two of them are going to be 24, one will be 26. Anyway, let me get going. All right, so far so good. You can see it's laying down really nice if I can keep it that way, which I probably won't. Right now I just have it temporarily held in with the tape there, but I'm using a glove to let it slide through my hands as it comes off this reel here. And so far so good. Man, if I can only keep it like that, but I just don't have the patience. Yep, it was only time before the impatience got to me. That's all right. It'll still work out okay. I don't know how Sky Collection does it. He says it only takes 3 hours to do one of those coils. But man, I don't know how he does it. I could not do it. Anyway, let me get going again. All right, one down. It's not as thick as I want it to be. It's still pretty heavy though. So I'll keep them all about the same thickness. I'm hoping I have enough wire to do at least one more in this gauge. I'll keep you posted. There's two down, and clearly you can see this one is much bigger than this one. Yeah, you can even tell by the weight. But that's okay. I think I'm going to make a bunch of these. I've got this set up now where it goes pretty quick. So let me do the third one, but I can't do it in 24. I'm going to have to do it in 26 because I don't have any more 24. But I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm a backyard scientist hack, so it doesn't really matter. Voila. So yeah, we've got two different gauges of wire here, 24 and 26. It was funny because after I started winding the 26, I found some more 24, and I think there's enough on there. But I'm going to start with these three and see what happens. So now I have to figure out a way where I can do a quick disconnect of different coils instead of the way I did these was I soldered the ends to the terminals. I think I can put a terminal block up there that will allow, and then put connectors on the ends of these where I can swap them out, kind of like these guys. So I can just, tighten them down in there and then disconnect them. We'll see. So I'm going to take these coils off, and they're physically attached to the coil housing. But I'm going to do it carefully. I'm going to keep them attached to these little connectors, because I could still use them, like mix and match maybe some with these guys or something. But I'm going to be careful in taking them off. And then I'm going to put those guys on and see what we can get going here. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice, Spaceman. This was a beautiful final design. I can't believe how many different designs. I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do, but the very, very first one was done with gears, and we both kind of talked it over and thought, that's probably not going to work. And then we went to a couple of other designs and then went with this guy here, which was okay. But as you said, it was a little too complicated. This one came out to be so much simpler and much easier too to take apart, to put different coils on. Anyway, let me get these new ones on. So I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do the connector yet. I'm kind of doing it on the fly. But I have the coil set. So the start is always positive. It's always red. And the finish is always negative. At least that's how I've always seen it and been taught. Sky Collection sent me a bunch of stuff a while ago, years ago actually. Well, no, not years ago. Well, years ago, but then again recently, on how to do coils as far as start and finish. So the start winding and then the finish winding, right? Start positive, finish negative. This way you can keep a track or keep track of what's what. And so I'm hopefully going to get this thing fully together today, but it is getting kind of, oh, actually, no, it's still kind of early. Yeah, I'll probably get this puppy set up today. Yeah, I want to roll a bunch more of these, but I'm going to have to order some more wire, and wire's freaking expensive. And I am not a wealthy man. Anyway, let me get going. I'm like I've said, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. I'm kind of leaning towards this, but that's real janky. I know there's got to be better connectors or better ways of doing it. And I have a whole bunch of connectors and stuff. I'm going to have to take a look at all of what I have and see how I'm going to do this. All right, so I'm at a crossroads here. So I bought this kit a while ago. I mean, probably several years back. with this crimper, thinking it was one thing. It works. Oh, let me focus you. So it works. There it is. And it does crimp on there. And then you have the little plastic cap that would kind of be the protector that would go over the shrink tubing. You don't collapse that, you just collapse the tin part. And then I could push it inside one of these, but I really don't want to do that. I'd rather get some sort of connector thing. So I think instead of doing it kind of janky, I think I'm going to go to the store or go online and order a proper kit, connector kit, male, female, with the crimping tool. I've seen them. There's a couple of YouTubers that have great electronic shops. There's this one particular guy, I think he's from England, or he's got an English, I think it's an English accent or an Irish, I'm not really sure. Big guy, glasses, smart, brilliant guy, made a beautiful induction heater, but he uses a good set. I mean, I could just go the same route I did with these, and but I don't want to do that because I want to be able to take these things apart or disconnect them in quick connect, so to speak. And I don't want to use these. These are just so janky. If they were smaller, and then I found a couple of these. These are not bad. You press on them. But again, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to hold off for today. Go see what I can order. I really don't want to. It's still nice and early, but I don't want to solder anything, especially now that I've got it going pretty well. Maybe I'll finish taking this thing apart and getting these coils off of here. Yeah. If anybody's got any ideas, let me know before I go and order that stuff. I mean, there's a million ways I can jerry rig it, but I don't want to do that. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do today. One more quick note. I forgot that I had these big 3D printed, 3D printed rotors with huge magnets in them. This one's got 2 giant bar magnets in it, and this guy's got, I think, 6 giant bar magnets in it. I forgot that I had these and that I was doing stuff with them. You guys got any ideas what else I can do with these other than the usual? What I may do with this big one here is cut this down so that it will fit on my big maglev, but it might be too heavy. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see. And I'm definitely going to reincorporate these guys. They're monsters. Whoa. Oh, I forgot they're magnets. They're not going to go anywhere. These guys are giant 4-inch. I think they're 4-inch by half-inch. Yeah, these are nice. And I don't remember if there's, I don't think I put resin inside here. I'll have to look. Anyway, ciao.